Right, it's time for showbiz. Not exactly the time we usually bring you showbiz, but you know what has been happening all day. And Miss Yi is here. Hello, Miss Yi.
Hello.
Yeah.
So I come from Ghana, and we want to build a cathedral. So give me, how much are you ready to give? Don't be shy. You put it in the bowl.
Yeah,
you know.
I thought it was really embarrassing.
Well,
embarrassed that happened to us.
Well, so for those who do not know what I'm talking about, there's a video that went viral over the weekend of former AIDS ambassador JoyNews, who was somewhere in the West seeking for funds or appealing for funds for us here in Ghana.
It's coming out of Ghana. I'm from Ghana, and we are building a church for Jesus Christ to come and live in Ghana because we have too much problem. We do not have enough schools for the children. We do not have enough drinking water. We do not have ambulances, so when people fall sick, they die. So we are raising $100 million in Ghana to build a church for Jesus to come and solve our problems. We need your donation. 100 euro. 100 euro. 100 euro. 100? Nobody? My brothers and sisters, if you are shy, just put it in an envelope. 100 euro. Okay, 50. 50 euro. 50.
Okay, so how much are you willing to give JoyNews?
I don't even want to talk about it. I feel so embarrassed.
Well, some people say, but what did she say?
No.
What did she say away from the reality?
You're building a church for Jesus Christ.
To come and live here in Ghana. That's the most amusing part. To come and live here in Ghana, in spirit or in being.
And you're raising $100 million.
Anyway, so there's been reaction from her to this because people have, asked her motive. Some people say she was asked by the opposition party to do this. Some people said that she did it for her own selfish interest. But she says she's a concerned citizen of Ghana.
It began last Saturday. I started the fundraising last Saturday, but for now, I haven't gotten anything yet. I have other plans to meet other prominent people here in Germany because I intend to take it really far, not just limited to trains and buses.
What inspired this? Is it a request from the president or anybody here in Ghana for you to do that on our behalf, or you are doing this on your own?
I was just inspired by the fact that in Africa as a whole, so I don't want to be limited to Ghana. The leaders, when they need our votes, they come to us with a humble request. They come down to us. They listen to us. They make all the promises. But when they get to the top, they impose on us. They don't listen to us. They don't know what we feel. They don't think about the youth. What matters to me most are the children. Vulnerable children who are not being catered for. I realized that, people talk a lot against government when they take certain decisions without putting the ordinary citizen into consideration. The fact of the matter is that when they take the decisions, there is nothing you, the citizen, can do to change it. Then I came into conclusion that since they are not ready to listen to anybody, then we have to support them.
Okay, so that's reaction or response from JoyNews to all the Ghanaians, including yourself, who felt disappointed by the 100 euro, 50. My brother, if you're shy, put it in an envelope, Anyways, but still on the cathedral and all the issues around this, there's one gospel musician who is so proud about this initiative and is ready to sow a seed to make this a reality, and that's Ohima Messing.
Oh yeah, I support it 100%, and I'm praying seriously to God to sow a seed in it.
What is it going to change?
It's going to change a lot.
The people, the government, corruption. What is the national cathedral become?
A country that does not have a dedicated temple for God. God does not reside in that particular country.
Now I'm in Franca baby Ghana. No be a quiet Cassiama and Nyame and share about more. It's to
putting up a temple in itself is a calling, and I support this move 100%.
When it's come to building the house of God, and you be a gift, and then no crown so you're calling. I'm telling you as deep secret. It's for our president to have the passion to do it. What done ya nina yam ne radicatino did that onim but obabe. So I support him 100%. And near my radibenam so I yo crow him.
At this point, I receive it. That's all I can say about this one.
I really don't have a problem with the construction of a cathedral using private funds. My problem is with the distraction
of the other
existing
structures,
property. And I've always said, and I've actually posted on social media, that why don't we go and build it somewhere around Airport Hills, the new cemetery, military cemetery that we have. There's vast land there.
So
they can
by the
put
cemetery.
it up there. It's a good place.
Plus, you want to buy the cemetery.
See, plus if we put the cathedral here, we're going to congest the area. That place, we're going to actually ease traffic to them. It's not necessarily the cemetery. But here too, you have the cemetery close
but
to it.
It's not that close.
Anyway.
You sounded as if you wasn't in the same premises.
Anyway.
Anyway, let's talk about Sarkodie, who is bigging up his signee, Akwabwa, who held a concert on the 14th, which was Valentine's Day. He says that, look, this is a great talent, and he's falling in love over and over with this young man.
I just met a genius. I heard the music on, let me give it up to YFM. That was the first place I heard the music. And I loved it from then. That was the biggest song, I Do Love You. And I was like, we have this incredible talent here in Ghana. So I really wanted to meet him. And the first day I met him, I told him, I'm giving the next phase of my life to you. And that was when we made Mary. So I could see somebody who has incredible talent, like a genius who could create anything in the world, that I didn't understand how this person can be behind the scenes for this long. So I just wanted to be part of the success story. So the first time I met him, that's exactly the conversation that we had, that I want us to make history together. Yes.
Do you think Ghana is ready for artists like Akwabwa?
I think it depends. At this point, I can say they are open, but the aggressiveness of how you want them to get it. But Akwabwa's music is very laid back, and you have to be me. I'm very calm, so I get it. These are songs that I will listen on a daily basis. The masses want to jam, but that doesn't stop us from making good music. Just because everybody wants to dance doesn't mean we all have to do music that people can just dance to and not listen to. I think there's still people out there who still want to listen to good music.
Okay, so Sarkodie bigging up one of his signees. Yeah. He has another one called Strongman, and so this is Akwabwa. But before I go to some sad news, for those who love fashion, I'm sure you're mourning this evening because one of the greatest, Karl Lagerfeld, died at 85, and they call him the man who is always in the gloves, and
the man with the white hair.
Well, they say he has a favorite ponytail as well, and he was a creative director for Chanel and then Fendi before he passed on. So may he so rest in peace, and fashion police lovers will miss him.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. G, for bringing us showbiz, and that's it.